Ronnie?
Steve, what do you think of what Gary came off the bench and gave you guys tonight?
He was amazing. Gary was one of the keys to the game, just his activity level, his defense, obviously, working kind of underneath the basket, freeing himself up for some layups, and then obviously knocked down the three that was kind of the killer shot. So Gary was tremendous.
Was what he did and kind of at times in the fourth, what you guys did, like kind of how it needs to operate around Jimmy? It seemed like some of the stuff you're talking about was working off what Jimmy was doing.
Yeah, Jimmy's one of the best ISO players in the league, so one of the things we work on all the time is our spacing around Jimmy when that ISO happens, and Gary's got a great feel for working the dunker spot, working behind the play, creating these openings. He did it at least twice in the first half, got behind the defense for a layup. JK found him on one of them. And then, he's got a great feel. I always say he's a power forward in a point guard's body. It makes him very unique. But his speed and quickness in the dunker spot is tough for people to handle, but also just his feel down there to create the openings.
How's Jimmy doing after that fall? He obviously stayed in the game, kept playing, but how's he doing?
I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow, but I asked him when it happened, I said, what hurts? And he said, everything. And I said, me too, but I'm 60, so I'm supposed to be hurting. But no, he was incredible the way he took over the game. I thought we got a lot of great performances. The key was taking care of the ball, just allowing ourselves to to control the game or keep it under control, not let it get away from us. And so even when they took the lead, we weren't really making mistakes, and we gave ourselves a chance for Jimmy to take over and, guys to make big shots.
Steve, you praised Jimmy repeatedly for making the right basketball play, no matter what's kind of happening. When Steph's out like he is, you almost have to tell him, hey, be more aggressive. We need you to assert yourself, especially offensively, because we need you to show more force.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't necessarily want to shoot the ball. He really prefers just making the right basketball play. He reminds me so much of Andre Iguodala in that regard. He's very principled in his approach to basketball. He wants everybody to play the right way. He wants to make the right pass. But there are times, and tonight was one of them, where we just need him to take over and to attack and look to score, and he did that tonight. 14 free throws and 10 assists. We ran everything through him, and he delivered. But that's to be expected. He's a superstar for a reason.
You played a few small lineups with JK at center. What did you make of those experiments?
Well, Trace was out tonight with the knee issue, so before the game we went through the possible matchups and decided that Jimmy and JK could be a good combo at the 4 and the 5, and kind of trading off on who they were guarding depending on what was happening out there. So they did a good job together.
What did you think of how he looked in his first game after a couple weeks off?
JK, thought he looked good. Obviously, he hit 2 big threes for us in the second half. His wind and his burst will come back. He's a little rusty, but I thought he looked good for his first game back.
Steve, obviously a cold night shooting the ball from three-point range, especially early on. But did you like the shots that you guys took, and what's key to generating good shots from three-point range without Steph right now?
Yeah, I liked a lot of the shots. They just weren't going in. For the first half, I think we were 2 for 21 or something. But again, if you take care of the ball and you get shots on goal, it just sets the game up. Your transition defense is better. It gives you a chance to get offensive boards. So the game, it didn't feel that rhythmic, but it felt clean. That we weren't turning it over, making mistakes, and that's important. The shots will start going in. We got a really good shooting team, so that those numbers will come around.
What'd you make of Brandon's game, particularly his second half?
I thought Brandon, this was one of his best games of the season, just the ball movement, the decision-making, no turnovers, 6 assists, all-around game from Brandon. And that's the guy we know. That's the best version of him is nights like tonight and, catch and shoot when he's open. I love that he took 9 threes. He's been passing them up this year and pump faking and driving into the paint. We want him to let it fly. And it's better for our offense, for our rhythm, for our crashing, getting offensive boards, all that. So really good game from him. Thanks.